GSL Super Tournament Season 1.
What is up, everybody? Finally, we are back casting some StarCraft 2, starting the year off early here with the Super Tournament.
Yeah, it feels really good to have a cast in January. A lot of the times that doesn't occur.
Usually we have 3 months off. Sometimes, what was it?
No,
What's
normally
it, like
we
6
start
months?
in like February, but last year it was started a little bit later, yeah.
Yeah.
But we normally don't have anything in January.
Yeah, and so this is cool because usually in that a roughly 3-month break, there's a lot of changes in the meta, and we get a little bit thrown off by what's happening. So to have something squeezed in here allows us to kind of keep up with the pace of the game and how things are evolving and changing.
Yeah, and it's good to be back with some StarCraft 2.
Yes.
I've been jonesing. So we have a ridiculously awesome lineup tonight and tomorrow. It's just like first let's. Kevin's interrupting me, so
this is our he gets to do that. This is the CEO of Africa TV. They're saying Happy New Year to each other. Curious, so it's the New Year's. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? This is the 11th year of GSL. We're going to start a new decade here today. With this year, we're going to be kicking it off with the Super Tournament. Thank you. Send our sponsor some love, Hot 6 and LG.
스타크래프트 선수들 그리고 GSL 팬 여러분, 스타트 팬 여러분.
Let's enjoy another decade of StarCraft.
스포토너부터 시작해서 올해도 여러분의 지속적인 응원과
Hope you guys have a super year and it's super exciting.
더 재밌고 크게 잘 만들도록 하겠습니다.
We appreciate your guys' support.
말씀 감사드립니다. 자, 그럼 올해도 힘차게 2021년 GSL을 활짝 열어보도록
And he
하겠습니다.
also mentioned we have some big plans for esports this
제가
year.
외쳐야 되죠?
All right, let's open it. He has to say the magic words Artosis, and then the tournament can start.
GSL 슈퍼토너먼트
2021 GSL Super Tournament Season 1 now begins.
Free Cup Studio Live.
Look, it worked.
2021 GSL
Like a sorcerer, those words commence the tournament. Where's that music coming from? You guys hear that? Is that the magic? Who's controlling these cameras? What's going on? I feel it happening to me right now. I can't even.
Where's that music coming from? I'm like
coming out of my. They're just coming out of me like magically. I don't know.
Why are we in that little box right there?
How do they make me so small and in there?
Oh my God.
Guys, it's good to be back. We missed you. We've had a little bit of downtime. I know we've both been streaming a lot. But it's good to finally be back casting some StarCraft 2. I always feel a little bit weird in that off period. You know, most of the year is us constantly keeping up with the meta and seeing who's on top and getting to see a bunch of great games. But then, we do have this little dip. So I'm glad this year, because we have so much StarCraft 2 to do, we squeezed in a little extra Super Tournament here.
Yeah. I do like it, although, I mean, off seasons, there is something to them, giving everyone a little bit of a rest, a little bit of a break. But, yeah, very happy to be back. This Super Tournament, we should mention, does not provide, what are we calling them, EPT points, even for GSL, that get into Katowice and things like that. Instead, this is just a tournament to seed for our first GSL Codes season.
Right.
So that's what this is for. You're not like watching next year's stuff prepare before this Katowice.
That's right. So it's going to be a fun little, I guess you could say a siloed tournament as far as, everything else progressing into other events and stuff like that. But this is what our overview is going to be. Like we classically have done with the Super Tournament, it's going to be over the course of 4 days. So this is a bit of a marathon. You get to see in the course of just a few days who is actually the best player here among the GSL players. I know previously we had a Super Tournament that was chopped up in 2 weeks, spaced out, but this is really the way to do it. If we're able to do it this way, we prefer it.
Yeah, so you do prefer it this way to how we did it last year?
Yeah.
I actually like it too. I like just doing a big run through very quickly.
So you can see here at the bottom, the top 4 players from GSL, or the top 4 players will go to GSL round of 16 season 1. But other than that, there's not, this doesn't have exactly a ton of affiliation with anything international. So here's our lineup now.
Yeah, today we're going to be doing the left side of the bracket there.
Right.
As you can see, like I was going over this last night on the ByuN show, the bracket is amazing. Like all of these matches are really, really good matches. And for me personally, I look at this and I feel like 7 out of 8 are really hard to call.
Yeah. I don't think we have any mirror matchups, do we? I believe we actually
whoa!
have. Yeah,
You're
I just
actually
noticed
right.
that.
We don't. I didn't even.
I've been
that
thinking
didn't
about
even
it.
compute.
Yeah, I just now noticed that when I was
Well,
looking
don't
at it.
worry, Tasteless. I think the round of 8 is going to be a couple Zergs and 6 Protoss. So we can get those mirror matches in still. Don't you worry, buddy.
I'm a little
I got
bit
you.
worried that this tournament's going to be ruined by the lack of Zerg versus Zerg. Should I be concerned?
Well, you definitely should be concerned with that because I don't think we're going to get too many CVZs in this one.
Guys, here is what we have here today. And again, I think each of these matchups is super exciting. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen here.
Yeah. Is there one match that sticks out in your mind that you're looking at?
Honestly, in this case, I think they're all really exciting.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. I'm kind of excited about ByuN SOS, but we can talk more about that when it gets here. I think that's going to be a really interesting one. First up, we have the current best Protoss in the world, Trap. He has been killing it. He's been winning a lot lately, the last Super Tournament and Last Chance and all that. He's a killer right now. And his PVZ is the best. His Protoss is the best. I think you actually just have to, by definition, give him the top seed for the tournament. Like, he is the favorite.
Agree.
He's the favorite.
You know, there's all these competing styles of Protoss play out there. And, you know, it takes some time occasionally for somebody's style to really be ironed out, so to speak. And it seems like his has actually finally gotten to where he wanted it to be. He always looked like a strong player in the past several years, but now he's looking as dangerous as ever. Of course, Dark, this guy, a lot of history behind him. Easily one of the greatest Zergs of all time. But I think it's going to be tough for him going up against Trap for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he showed a little bit of a return to his level during TSL, but other than that, he's kind of had a bad last year, to be honest.
Yeah.
For him, it's been a weak year.
It seems like he got, how do I say this? You know when you see a watermark, that's the highest level the water got to?
Yeah.
That was a little, about 2 years ago, and he hasn't quite gotten there again. You know? I think when you become a world champion and are looking as strong as him, the goal then is to completely dominate, like we saw Cyril do, where it's just like, oh, nobody can stop him. He's crushing everywhere. Dark didn't quite do that.
No, he certainly hasn't, which is rough. But, I mean, let's see if he can pull out of it here. Dark, when he is playing well, can kill absolutely anybody. We're going to have Oxide, Death Aura, Lightshade, Romanticide, and Jagannatha. I mean, I think that Trap is going to be able to take this one, Tasteless.
I think he's supposed to take this one.
Yeah.
We do actually have a lot of upsets in Super Tournament, though.
That is
Keep
true.
in mind that this is, if you're used to watching Codes, this is not the Codes format. This is the traditional old-school StarCraft bracketed setting. So you immediately have best of fives. There's been plenty of planning. They get to plan for this one more than they do for the finals or the round of 4 or anything else. So,
Very true.
So let's see what happens. Our game is actually loaded up. Again, it's going to be on Oxide to start things up. Trap versus Dark, best of 5 in the GSL Super Tournament Season 1 starts now.
Game starts. Africa Freaks. Trap.
It's kind of like a creep thing going on there.
Yeah,
I thought
it
the
is.
graphic bugged.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Dark.
Huh. All right.
I feel like it has the effects of when you get flashbanged in a video game and
Yeah, kind of.
it like starts to obscure your vision. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, no, I know what's going on now.
All right. Well,
Yeah, immediate hatchery block here.
Dark's just going to scoot right past that probe.
Yeah, just ignore this. Set up
Doesn't want
somewhere
any
else.
part of that.
And we'll see if there's any big plans from here. with an opening like this. Obviously it's a little bit annoying for the Zerg. It's something at the top level Zergs deal with constantly, but not having the ideal setup of getting your natural and then your third makes things a little bit annoying. But I think from here we'll just have to see what Trap wants to do.
Yeah, is he going to try to capitalize on that with Adepts, with Oracles, something like that?
I do want to point out of all the Zergs we've had, I feel like Dark will predictably always rush 1 or 2 games in a best of 5. He does seem to have this approach, and let's talk about this for a little bit because we're going to have some downtime here until the builds pick up, but some players will do crazy stuff every game, like let's say parting. I mean, occasionally he'll play standard, but he's known to be pretty wild, right, with how he approaches.
Yeah.
Then you get for instance, a player like Stats who oftentimes won't do anything crazy the entire time.
Yeah.
Like 5 games in a row, he's basically playing the waiting game. It does seem like Dark's school of thought is one where you have to flex in a lot of different ways in the matchup. You got to win with a rush. You got to win with a macro game. He seems to have a lot of times try to do some misleading tech and then switch into something else. But he does seem to come in a best of 5 with each of the different kind of categories of play.
Yeah, and we normally do see the very best Zerg players play like that. Really, think back to strong Zerg players of the last 5 years, right? All the best Zergs. Generally, they are players that will absolutely mix in very aggressive plays. Look at Rogue. Rogue has, like, the greatest late game macro, but also some insane, like, really quick, cheesy all-ins.
Yeah, exactly.
And that mixture is what makes it so difficult to play against.
Right, because then you don't really know what you're up against. I was mentioning Stats earlier, and Stats seems to at times be the best player out there if he can make his style work for him.
Yeah.
But it seems like that's almost impossible to do because people basically expect him to be reactive.
Yeah.
And he plays like a conservative Zerg player as Protoss almost.
Yeah. Of course, he mixes it up sometimes. We're still waiting for him to really nail down a few Haas builds.
We have seen him flirt with some weird cheesy strats, but I think it is fair to put him a little bit more in that category.
More than fair taste.
And I think conversations like this are always interesting to have when you've got players in best of 5s and best of 7s.
Yeah.
So this is a great catch here. Oh, excuse me. He actually doesn't kill the Adept. It's not a good catch. 2 Adepts are going to come in here. 2 Adepts can, of course, one-shot a drone. And so getting 2 drones, not bad. Not great either. We'll see if the Oracle follow-up can do anything instead.
Not exactly what he was looking for, but it's what he got. Another Oracle on the way. This one trying to fly in. Good zoning by the Queens here. Does have a Spore on the way already, but it is not quite ready. He's only going to get 1 drone before having to turn around.
Yeah. We have the Robotech coming here now as well. That Oracle is at about half HP here. And the second Oracle is going to be used over here to try to spot and get this Overlord.
Yeah, going to take him a little bit to clear that up. Utilizing that Oracle as well. Do want to see if he's going to be taking a 3rd base pretty quickly here. I do assume he's going to.
We need to see a 3rd base soon, or it's going to be some kind of pretty big pressure. Keep in mind, if he is going to do a pressure build, it'll be after this Overlord is killed. And Trap's had this Overlord's actually been really effectively annoying.
Yeah.
Because it's staying alive for a really long period of time. Because if you were going to throw down, let's say, 5 more gates or something, you need to do it after this thing's been killed off. So
yeah.
Once this is gone, I think then the Protoss, at least for us spectators, it'll be revealed what his plans are.
Well, he's added a couple gates, getting the Templar Archives, getting a Prism out, so definitely there's going to be some more harassment. But doesn't he? Yeah, there's the 3rd Nexus now. Just finally, he has cleared everything off his side, trying to do some harass. 6 drones. Okay, loses an Oracle though, gets out, knows the timing of the layer and everything. So
right.
Not too bad.
And this is going to be a pretty, I guess, retracted play here from Trap. He's just staying back and teching up. And I think that's a perfectly good way to play here. Just going to get his 3rd base out here. Oracle actually continuing to do some damage. It wasn't that effective early on. He gets another kill now.
They're just mixing a little bit of that in, definitely being very helpful. A couple Archons actually on the way. That's interesting.
A little bit of a later Archon drop than we're used to seeing, but this makes me think a little bit of some of our older Brood War casts where people started Reaver dropping later in PvT. You know, in the very, very early days, people would immediately go for Reaver, but sometimes doing it later. Kind of like this, too, where they're not factoring this in as much.
Yeah, you're not really looking for it as much. But yeah, you know, I guess he didn't really go heavy on the roaches.
Yeah.
And part of that has to be because he's playing against Oracle, right? It's not like you
Yeah.
see Oracles, you're like, I need to make some roaches.
I don't have enough roaches to deal with this.
So, I mean, he gets in there with it and does some harassment against the queens. It doesn't do that much, though, right? It sucks some energy off him. Maybe he misses a transfuse. Maybe he kills a couple units, but not overall that impactful. But when you start adding up everything that he's done so far this game,
Yeah.
you know, you start to see a prettier picture of what's going on for Trap.
So we're seeing the War Prism continue to roam. Honestly, the creep is not that well controlled here. Usually when you can't do that much more damage with the Archons, the alternative is to go back and try to just mop up some creep. But Dark's got a pretty good creep spread.
Yeah,
Oh, my
definitely reasonable.
God!
Oh, dude, no. Oh, he gets out
I
of
can't
there.
believe he got out. Thing is, especially in StarCraft 2, if your screen is not over that right then, right there, you can absolutely lose that. Nidus.
Yeah, so right now he's going to be going into Stormhost Nidus, but I feel like Trap is kind of ready for this. He is on the map right now, which is so important against Stormhost Nidus. In fact, he's hitting just as these are coming out.
Yeah.
And this is like the key to being able to defeat this is being out on the map rather than at home when they start launching.
Yeah, because the thing is, if you did have the Nidus pop up somewhere and attack them, there's a chance the Protoss just runs in your base and kills you. Like, you just actually don't have anything. And so, I don't know how strong this push is going to be for the Protoss, since there are a lot of Swarm hosts here and therefore a lot of Locusts, but let's see.
Yeah, he's actually fighting into the Locust, so if he kills this,
Can he strong arm this?
it's like, it's going to be a slaughter, man. Yeah, he's got 3 Immortals still there.
He's also isolated the Swarm hosts here on the left, and it's Roaches and Ravagers fighting on the right. And I actually think Trap can win this. This push seems to be incredibly strong. Oh, he just needs to keep the Warp Prism alive. You definitely want to avoid. Oh man, this rally is absolutely terrible here for Dark.
He's being butchered right now.
I think he's actually dead here.
Yeah, he's losing like absolutely everything that matters.
Yeah, talk about a perfect timing. GG,
Yeah.
game 1 goes to Trap, and I'll tell you, man, I like the pacing from Trap.
Yeah.
I like how he took the third. He did a very mild, Archon harass, but I'm not sure. Did he scout the Nidus network? I actually didn't see.
He did not.
So, okay, so
I think that it all kind of played into each other, though, right?
Yeah.
The Adepts stayed relatively aggressive early on, followed by the the Oracle harassment, and he kept the Oracle harassment going while he set up the Archon drop, which he set up specifically before the third Nexus.
Yeah.
Right? He started the Temple Archives, he made sure he had the gates, he made sure he had the Prism before that third Nexus, and then it's like he's keeping tabs on Dark, he knows how much Dark has, and bam, he hits.
yeah.
Really well executed there by Trap, really just kind of bashing Dark.
We're immediately going into game number 2. This is going to be on Death, or right now, Trap with a 1-0 lead versus Dark.
Game start. Africa Freaks, Trap. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Dark.
All right, so a little bit of a scoutless expansion here from Trap. Getting that gas first, really maximizing his economy.
Let's point out that in the last game, he actually did a pretty aggressive, well, not that aggressive. He came out there and stopped the hatchery from going down.
Yeah,
with the probe,
hatchery block into the 2 Adepts, into the Oracle.
I was wondering how often we're going to see that in this series.
Well, I like that he is mixing it up, right? Because if you show that the first game, if your probe is going that early on, are you going to 12 pool game 2? Because 12 pool auto kills this build, right?
Yeah.
So if you're already showing like, hey, my probe's already over here, like, is that something you're really going to want to do? You're going 12 pool and like they see it and there's no way any damage is occurring.
Right.
And so to follow up with kind of a more greedy opener that allows Dark to just expand as he wants, or possibly even go for an earlier hatchery, right? Some soldiers like to do that, is just like skip one more drone to get it down first. Yeah, I like the ordering of Trap strategies is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's it's funny because when you're trying to learn the game to play online, this is not what you want to do. You want to do the same thing over and over and over again.
No, you don't want to do this.
To improve on ladder.
Yeah,
until you really...
every Zerg in Diamond would kill Trap this game. You think he's good PvZ? You bring him to the right level, and he loses this game every time.
But yeah, if you're going to play it at best of 5 or best of 7, you want to have a rotation of builds. Doesn't mean you can't start out with a lot of the same ideas, but it is very important to be able to mix it up. So we're going to have a Stargate again coming down here. Protoss continuing to scout.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool that he's doing this opener with the Stargate, whereas the other one was the hatchery block, right? So whenever you hatchery block, Adept Harassment, Oracle Harassment is generally a little bit better because your first hatch is the one that's further away. So there's like this disjointed creep spread and all that, and your drones have a longer travel distance. So there's like more opportunity for the harass. But here he is going for that Stargate again. Let's see if he just goes directly into Oracle. Just gonna assume he will, but
yeah, I think he probably will. I welcome surprises, but no, I think he's most certainly going to just go. Yeah, there it is. Go into Oracle here. I'm wondering from Dark what we're going to have here. I thought the idea of the Nidus play was pretty cool. We've seen this used pretty effectively in the past, and it seems to set up nicely. But man, that push coming out, that basically hit the Zerg exactly when the Zerg did not have enough. You know, you're actually, I shouldn't say sacrificing a lot. You're investing a lot of resources in getting the Niduses at a certain moment, so that as you spring the attack on them via the Nidus network, you can hit a location and continue to grow. You're basically getting to have your cake and eat it.
Yeah.
But that attack hit him exactly when he had all the swarm hosts and not enough of anything else, and he got dismantled. So I want to see what Dark's going to do in a late game here this time as well.
Very much so. The with Swarm Host, it actually takes time to gain the value out of them.
Right.
Whereas you pop a roach and it just fights as a roach. A roach is a roach is a roach, right?
Yeah.
He's a Ravager.
Or Zealot gets its value by dying in a fight.
Yeah.
So
Whereas
other stuff.
the Swarm Hosts, you're like, okay, well, they're very low value defensively.
Right.
But you need to launch 2 waves of Locusts generally with your Swarm Host to feel like you actually have started to gain back what they're worth.
Right.
Oh my. All right, 3 kills with this Oracle. 4 kills.
Okay, a nice drone spread here.
By the way, oh! Yeah, he's making a Void Ray, and he's going for a second Stargate with his 3rd base. So
this is very cool. This is totally different.
Yeah, this is like the Zest build that we were looking at a little bit late last year, right? Where you make the bunch of Void Rays, and you can go directly into Psystorm, because if you make a certain amount of Void Rays, you basically force Hydralisks. Which is, we're going to see if that's how this goes down. We have seen some people try to do a queen. Yeah, 3 queens are being produced, so he might do a queen roach all-in against this.
Yeah, this is a smart way to punish the Protoss for this unusual attack. But the Protoss also has plans on punishing the Zerg with this. If you can force them into a certain tech path, you can then try to counter that later on.
Well, if you're going to go roach queen against a Void Ray,
but I was saying
base,
if you force him to go Hydra. As an example,
yeah.
Then that's punishable. But this play might actually, from Dark, could absolutely counter this. And we know this is now a queen timing attack all in here because we see a bunch of queens moving off of creep across the map.
Well, what this kind of does from Dark's point of view is the game is getting decided now. That's it.
Right.
If Trap holds this well, there's no coming back for Dark.
No, this is as all it is you can get. Everything is invested in an attack that's going to probably hit at about 6 minutes, 30 seconds. And so Protoss needs to cut corners everywhere, and we're seeing this with no pro production, but 5 batteries coming down and everything else warping in. But things are going to amp up here on the Zerg side as well. This is where you only make Zerglings, because the Zerglings with the speed upgrade can meet the rest of the army as the timing attack hits over here. Yeah, don't want to overextend with those lings. Everything is precious right now.
Yeah, you got to pick off as much as you possibly can. Oh, do not let that bile hit. Damn. Got to be careful about that. Put as much damage on the queens as possible. If you can get them to burn through transfuses, eventually you're just going to kill all the queens.
Yeah. I like this little area that Trav's been abusing with the Void Rays over that high ground, but he's going to back up over here.
Okay, trying to target down the queen with the most energy. Very, very smart move right there. Ooh, the biles come down. He actually gets hit by one of them. Goes back on that high energy queen, does pick it off. The queen's almost out of energy. And I think Trap is going to hold this pretty easily.
Yeah, this is just too many Void Rays. This is like more Void Rays than Zerglings at this point almost. So this is, well, maybe not now, but you guys get the idea. This is so much, and I don't think the Lings are, even down here in the bottom left, are really doing any impactful damage.
Yeah.
You know, damaging the Void Rays is not enough. He only lost one.
Yeah.
Every Void Ray that's there is doing damage.
Yeah, and it's like Dark doesn't have any tech. He just started his lair. Now he's remaking his queens.
Right.
Now he's droning up. Trap is ahead on tech, on upgrades, on workers. They both have 3 bases.
Yeah.
He has a massive flying army of Void Rays. What do you have, Dark? You have some Ravagers and some Lings.
And
And the best he can do is what he's doing here, running around.
The funny thing about this as well is that, you know, the Queens are there to counter the Void Rays, but the attack was so poor that now the Void Rays counter the Queens.
Yeah.
He kept so many alive, and that now it's like, well, how do you stop this? I don't know that you can.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like we were talking about before, it's if that doesn't work, you're dead. And honestly, at this level of play, I think I've seen that Roach Queen all-in against this Void Ray third base work like one time and fail every other time.
Yeah.
It's like if you
you know
make
what it
shield
is?
batteries and you have like 7, 8 voids, you power down the queens really quickly.
It does seem like there are some old ideas at play.
Yeah.
I mean, the play that we saw there from Dark, that was how Serral won GSL versus the world. If you remember, that was the strategy. But it seems like the more we see it used now, the less it actually, it actually does. You know.
Well, it's because the Void Ray build is super modern. You know, like Protosses are just going to get better at defending it.
Yeah.
It's not like there's some special thing you can do as Zerg to get 2 more queens there more quickly, you know?
Yeah, well, it's also, I think the Void Rays, even though you think, okay, Queens can do this, not exactly. Queens are not particularly microable off of creep.
No,
They're tanky, and they have a lot of good tools like, I mean, obviously in a big push like that, but I think the Void Ray actually in some ways is a little bit better, especially with shield batteries, and Protoss is able to warp in, and a good SimCity like this one can mute any real threat here.
But what if you have nothing that shoots
Yeah, I was
behind
waiting
it?
for something to warp in here or fight it, but as you can see, it does get driven away.
All right, rewalling there with his gates. Really a scary army walking out for Trap right now. It looks like we're getting Pathogen Glands for Dark. He does have the 4th base up. His creep spread's okay, but really his army, it's like 14 queens. Okay, that is a lot of queens. I'll give him that, Tasteless.
Yeah, this is a lot of queens. This will probably allow Dark to last here. You know, living through it isn't necessarily enough, but at least he's not going to get completely smashed here by Trap. I don't know where
like
the Zerg
that.
takes the game from here.
Living through it is not necessarily enough.
It's not.
You don't want to just live through it. You want to thrive.
You want to then win the game from there, and I'm not sure how that's going to go down.
No, it's winning the game is a very long road for Dark.
Yeah.
For Trap, it may happen at any moment.
Yeah, Trap is definitely almost at the point of breaking the Zerg. The Zerg seems to be doing a pretty masterful job of hanging on.
Well, you know what? With the 7 Infestors out, get a fungal there. There you go.
Oh!
Bam. Nice.
I was actually trying to figure out, like, how quick is this recall going to come?
Pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the things, again, you see the Void Rays, they bunch up like that when they're all moved on the same control group, so a good fungal will absolutely catch them. And you can see the punish there.
I really do like that Dark has gone into Infestors and he's even getting Neural right away, because it's like from here, you kind of expect them to probably go into Carrier eventually, so he's kind of getting ready for all these things that could kill him and playing a very turtle defensive style.
It does seem like we're probably going to have carriers coming here too, especially with the extra Stargate.
Yeah,
That's a nod to endgame air tech here.
And he was getting +1 before as well. If you're going to sit on your original ones, maybe you don't do that.
Interesting fungal here on these Templars.
Ooh, good
Now,
fungals, yeah.
We need to have some Psy Storms here. Okay, there we go. A few coming down here. This is a very bottlenecked area for the Zerg, so you can absolutely, as Protoss, just hammer them with Psy Storms.
By the way, a couple more Robos as well as Colossus Tech on the way. Well, I shouldn't say Colossus Tech. This definitely could be Disruptor. Yeah, like, I feel like Trap has everything. You know, his economy is really great. Look at this. He's getting Blink. He's upgrading. He's going like mass Robos and Nexuses.
Yeah.
He's
Whenever
in
you
such
say
a good
someone's
spot.
going for Nexuses, it's not a good
Yeah.
thing for the other side.
He's like he wants to have a Robo per Nexus and
Yeah.
a Gateway per or a Stargate per Nexus.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, no, I just want all the good units.
Yeah. Well, with this style of play from the Protoss, the Zerg is really crunched.
Yeah.
The Zerg is absolutely on the defense the entire time. You can see Protoss can roam pretty freely. The creep expanse is actually, frankly, pretty bad.
It's weak for
it's about as bad as you could ever
12
see
minutes
it.
in. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
weak. That's weak
there's
creep.
no map presence, so
Yeah.
a lot of stuff like counterattacking or even going for any kind of map control game probably going to be impossible. I can't believe that did not get killed off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like we were mentioning earlier. Like, it's great that Dark's going to hang on with these queens and certainly not lose the game right away.
Yeah.
But I just want to point out, I don't see an avenue for victory in a long time here for Dark.
Well, yeah, I think that's the right way to say it. You got to give him props where props are due. He's lived through it all, and he's continuing to attack. He's continuing to build his army. But you look at like what his army is, and yeah, that's not an army that walks across the map and wins the game. This is a put-together army that has kept him alive.
Yeah.
But he has to try to use it as efficiently as possible while continuing to defend and building out the right units to be able to win the game.
Yeah,
and that's tough.
And right now, the units that the Zerg has are not the units that will end the game. Those are units that let him stay alive here. So, again, we're going to have to see a pretty dramatic tech transition. For instance, we're going to have to figure out where exactly are these Roaches and Ravagers going to go. This is not the army that you need to try to fight here in the end game.
Yeah, I think he wants to trade them out at this point.
Yeah,
like
probably
they don't
not
do
like
anything.
this though. But you know, it's
Yeah, not like
maybe
that.
diving on a Nexus and killing it. But okay, so I think Protoss is basically going to set up another attack here. Keep in mind, the fungals that landed on the Void Rays and caused them to recall is really what took the wind out of the sails of the aggression in the last attack. But now we have a much more sophisticated Protoss army, one that can basically make the Zerg respect the position the Protoss has. Let's see how this actually goes. Oh my god. Insane connection there.
Yeah. Just awesome destruction shots.
Yeah.
Some good storms going down as well. Fungals do hit. And maybe Trap has to pull back for now.
Yeah.
Oh, another disruptor coming out. Maybe not.
Yeah, here comes another shot here. We have Void Rays continue to try to target this down. It seems like Zerg's actually doing okay.
He is.
I don't see much underneath this. You need to have a ground army here to fight. There's a few Zealots. They're going to disappear pretty quickly. Zerg is really fighting back pretty beautifully here, to be honest. We may have to have a recall.
Yeah, I think it looks like he's just going to run back into his cannon line.
Into his defensive Nexus over here.
I think you actually push this right now.
Yeah. No, I think you keep momentum on your side.
Yeah. This
But
is
he
like
has
your
to tear
one
the rocks
opportunity.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to go up through like
Yeah.
a choke point like that. But killing off this Nexus is good. There's not probes there or anything, but he needs to get more. Like he got a lot there. That was a good defense. It was solid. I think actually Traps overstayed his welcome. I think basically when you lose those ground units that he had, the High Templars, the Disruptors and all, is when you just kind of back up.
Right.
Your Interceptors are running out and everything too, so I think he may have overstayed slightly.
Okay, another big warp in here. Again, I gotta say, Dark is actually doing an incredible game punching up.
Yeah.
He's been in an awful position, but he did fight back.
Honestly, it's always felt like that's one of his superpowers, is
Yeah.
being behind and then fighting back.
Having two Ultralisks, almost losing the game and then coming back.
Yeah.
And by the way, he actually was able to bleed off all those units that didn't have a whole lot of late game equity. So now he's going to be able to build the army he wants. I would say tech tempo-wise, I think Protoss is still ahead. I think there's still a series of choices. This unit comp that is, I think, very strong in this iteration of StarCraft 2, it is not a nimble army. You know, carriers can't be everywhere.
Yeah.
And so it does give the Zerg time, like we're seeing here, to try to get ready and brace for impact from a possible attack. Oh my gosh. Nice!
Love
Takes
it.
out those two
Love it.
Infestors. I was wondering if that was going to hit.
Yeah, the Disruptor's really adding a big punch to this army.
So this is basically an aggressive siege technique from the Protoss. The carriers and everything else, oh, that's sick. Hold on, let's talk about this for a second. I love the DTs. DT slow drip into the natural here. To what I was mentioning earlier, the carriers back with the Templars and everything else actually allow the disruptors to just push. You just chuck out disruptor balls and continue to do shot after shot after shot.
Okay, here he comes up again. A lot of disruptors. The Archon running up to die if he can. Nope,
Yep.
gets pulled back. And the thing is, I like the composition that Dark is trying to fight with here. You know, he's got still quite a few Queens. He has Infestors still and Viper
Right.
Lurker with Hydra.
Right.
Because the alternative is like you make 40 Corruptors, you kill their carriers, then you die.
Right.
You know, it's it's always the saddest thing when someone buys that many Corruptors and they finally win the Air Army, and then the Protoss who upgraded Blink earlier without ever making a Stalker this game because he knows that might happen, then wins with 50 Stalkers or whatever.
Yeah. We have another attack in here from a different side. Oh my God! Oh, he actually shot down the disruptor that was going to connect there at the bottom. Still, though, this is a pretty insane amount of damage.
Yeah.
But you know what? The Zerg fends it off. If enough of the interceptors are killed off, this becomes a much more impotent army.
You gotta wait for him to rebuild for
Yeah.
sure. And, you know, Dark is still doing a reasonable job holding on, but you can just kind of see this story told by the banks. Dark is like, he's got to squeeze so much value out of his units because he just doesn't have the cost efficiency that Trap has.
Okay. We have another push. I think this might be the beginning of the end here. I think Protoss is going to get the closing kill. We're seeing the Zerg army thin out. The supply is not spiking back up. And it looks like Trap will take game number 2, GG.
I thought for sure that last-second Microbial Shroud was going to win the game for him.
I thought so too, but here I am.
Trap was really lucky to swing the game back into his favor after that spell was cast.
2 very different games. Let's not forget that was an all-in from the Zerg. An attempt to completely pull the rug out from under Trap, and it was held. It was held, and we went into an extremely late game. But
That's
I think
true, yeah.
Trap, I thought his lead was going to be much stronger, and the counterplay would end it, but Dark is it's almost better at defending than he is at killing his opponents.
He can stay alive for a very long time. But yeah, like that rush, like Queen Ravager laying all-ins.
Yeah.
Are you like, this is the best Protoss in the whole world.
Yeah.
You gonna kill him with that?
To get Trap, he's like, damn. The Queens come in and roll him over.
It's like, oh, I haven't ever played against that before.
Those are for injecting larva. What are they doing on my side of the map? Game 3 on Light Shade. Let's go.
Start. Afrika Freaks. Trap. Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Dark.
The probe has been sent out immediately. Same themes that we saw here in Game 1. Big Dipper rally point here.
Looks a little bit more like Small Dipper Taste.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see if we have the same game as Game 1.
Yeah.
Game 1, it was just a very strong push that really, particularly against what the Zerg was doing, it didn't seem like he had scouted the Nidus. That doesn't mean that the other side doesn't know it's coming. Sometimes it's like so much part of the top-tier meta that they're preempting stuff. But, yeah, I mean, pretty much flat and Dark here.
And, you know, the 2 games so far have really made me feel like Trap is just stronger and better shape right now than Dark, which I thought already coming in, but he's really delivering with that. So, Tasteless.
Yes.
Were you aware that if you slap like chicken meat 23,000 times, it becomes cooked?
I'm sorry, you just said, am I aware that if you slapped chicken meat 23,000 times?
Yes. it's cooked.
Of
then.
course I knew that. That's what you think I didn't go to school or something?
I
did not know that. No, I did not.
Yeah, no, I found that out last night.
If you slap chicken meat, you know what I'm
like
going to
if
tell
you
you?
have chicken and you're like, you know what? My stove is broken. You
Yeah.
got some time on your hands? You slap that baby 23,000 times, man. You can eat it.
How long would that take, though, I wonder?
Well, if you're slapping, one slap per minute would be 23,000 minutes.
Okay,
But
how,
if you're doing it one per
every
second,
second.
23,000 seconds.
how many minutes is that, though?
23,000?
Yeah.
Well, there's 60 seconds in a minute. I know that
Yeah,
much.
hold on. Let me get my calculator out here.
But probably.
That's
yeah,
why
you
you're the kind of guy that knows how many seconds are in a minute. I mean, it's
Yeah, I am that type of guy. They call me
20
numbers.
20,000 divided by. Wait, oh no,
By
no,
60.
23,000. Excuse me, not 2,300. Divided by 60 is 330.
Now divide that by
383.
60, you get the hours, Tasteless.
Okay, 383 divided by 60, right?
Yeah.
That's 6 hours and 3 minutes. I am now challenging you to slap a chicken breast for. I'll even give you 7 hours, and we're going to see if you
7
get
hours?
food poisoning. We're going to see if you throw it back up.
Here's what gets me. If you're cooking meat by slapping that many times,
Yeah.
imagine the damage done to your hands. Wouldn't
Yeah.
your hand be cooked too?
That is a good point.
Now, as the resident Terran player here, I'm nominating you to slap the chicken. Because my hands are precious, Tasteless. My units require micro tasteless.
my race can be played with flippers. I know what you mean. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I somehow feel like it's not quite correct, though. There's something
Yeah,
there.
maybe it's not. I don't know.
Yeah,
Some guy on the internet said it, so I
Yeah.
just assume it's true.
yeah. Let's find the guy who's got a YouTube page who's now dead from eating the chicken breast. Let's see how he's doing. Okay, Roach Warren on the way here. And we got a Robo. Some of the ideas from Game 1 still here. Oracle getting in there, killing a few drones here and there.
I gotta get that harassment going. See what Dark is up to. He sees the second Oracle, so right now it's really feeling and looking like game number 1.
Yeah.
But as we can see, the Probe just went out to make the third Nexus, so it's not exactly the same, right? Like, the 2 Adepts and the 2 Oracles part is the same, but we don't have the Quick Twilight, we don't have the Archon drop coming or anything like that. This is a much quicker Nexus. So, honestly, looking at this, I think that this is the type of situation where what Dark was trying to do in Game 1 that he really got punished for, going from like a middle size of roaches into Swarm Host Nidus, that could be good here.
Yeah, the question is he going to do it, though? You know? You're always if you're good, you're always reacting to what happened in the previous game and trying to figure out what kind of micro adjustments can you make.
Well, you say that, but I posit that Patience is a good player.
And he plays with a 20-sided die, so
Dude, yeah, no, he doesn't care what you did. If you used to be a Terran player, but you're playing Zerg against him, he still does a PvT build.
We're waiting to see when the 4th for the Zerg is going to be taken. I think this is probably going to be a game where it's going to be the Protoss pushing the Zerg's 4th.
He's making a little group of Lings here.
Yeah, but
I wonder
he
what
stopped,
that's-
though. He went back to drones. I was
Yeah.
almost holding my breath as I started it because I saw those Lings making, but he's going back into macro.
But it feels like a strange amount, doesn't it? He has, like, what,
Seems
16 Lings right now?
It seems
Just
like
randomly?
too many to not be an attack, but
Right? Like,
it's
maybe
also
you're gonna
possible
try to
there was something he saw a trap do that he thought was telegraphing a push, and then he realized it wasn't.
Yeah, it could be. Oh, okay, Tasteless, I'll give you that, yeah.
Tasteless,
That sounds about right.
well played, Tasteless, in this casting game.
You win this time,
We-
Tasteless.
Let's not forget, we're in a casting duel here, you and I. That was my dark comeback. That was me punching back up for not knowing how to cook a chicken breast via slapping it. But
I know. That was really embarrassing. I would
Yeah.
not like to have been you
that
today.
you did your chicken breast slapping all in against me, and I basically was hanging out with my void rays and stuff.
Mine worked better than Dark, though.
All your biles didn't quite kill my void rays, and I'm like, all right.
I only had 23,000 slaps.
Yeah. You only slapped it 20,000 times,
Yeah.
and now you're in the hospital with food poisoning.
So he is. It looks like it's going to be Stormwind Nidus. Let's see though. Let's see. Is he going to throw out Nidus? Is he going to make the Swarm Host, or is he just going Hive? Oh, he is just going to go directly into Hive.
Okay.
Yeah. So probably just into Lurker Viper from here.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
His creep spread looking pretty healthy. 4th base is just finishing. Oracle's waiting for drones there.
Yeah, no drones there just yet. Uh-oh, got to run out here with this Observer. It's going to get picked off. Templar Archives is almost finished here. Not bad. He's actually going to get 3 drone kills for free, basically.
The best things in life are free, Tasteless.
Yeah, that's not true, but...
Oh, no.
But this is actually... I mean, you know, we're late enough in the game. It's not the biggest deal these drones are getting kills, but it's not great for Dark.
It's nice, right?
It's nice,
It's doing some scouting, too. He sees the Hive coming up and everything. Knows what to expect.
Okay, Psystorm on the way here. Zealot charge. We're seeing all the rest of the building blocks of tech get finished off here for Trap. We're eventually going to have a push here. Zerg is still in a growing and tanking phase.
Couple Vipers coming out. Just that little push out, forcing a few more Roaches and Ravagers to be made.
Protoss is still about 50, a little bit over 50 supply out from maxing out, so.
I really like that, by the way. The way he just walked up that far and then he just turned around. That's like a really good built-in move for Trap. Because now there's like, what, an extra 6 Roaches? Those are garbage.
Yeah.
We're getting this late, we're going to be maxed out. It's like, you don't really want Roaches.
Right. Okay. Ravagerling is going to be ready for this push. I don't know that Protoss could push here. It's trapped, so I'm probably wrong, but I feel like this doesn't look right.
Yeah, there's a lot of Ravagers to try to push into here, but he has Storm, right? So he can definitely start to whittle things down.
Let's see if this works. There's still 25 supply that hasn't been finished constructing yet.
And honestly, like, even if you lose some of this army, I don't think he cares that much. Oh, good bios actually end up landing right there.
Yeah, bopping that sentry.
Oh, look at those storms.
Oh my god, those storms are really good.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's nasty.
Yeah, good blinding clouds coming down,
yeah, making those Immortals pretty useless for a little bit. Big Link counterattack here, but it's met with Zealots.
Yeah, Zealots and an Archon.
Yeah. The last thing those Links wanted to be hitting, they want to be on Stalkers and Immortals, but...
He is diving super hard right now, but he does still have 4 Immortals left alive. The Link's starting to come back in for that flank, and this is the point where he might be able to knock out the entire army of Trap.
It looks like 1 Immortal is going to be picked off. Make that 3, actually, as the tech from Trap was just crumbled there. GG Trap taps out. Okay, so I wasn't crazy to think that attack was way too ambitious to work.
Yeah, yeah. Dark with the more, like, moderate tech there. Just slowly but surely going up the tech tree, only making the Roaches and Ravagers that he needs it to give it time. And then getting into the Lurker. Like, Trap, it looked like, I think he wanted to hit earlier, but Dark was not doing anything that could really be punished. That was a very solid game from Dark.
Yeah. So Dark coming back now. He's going to have to do it 2 more games in a row, though, if he's going to win this series. And Trap is basically the favorite here at the Super Tournament, so... yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that we actually saw the push, though, come from Trap at that moment. Vacant supply that could have been filled in. I mean, the angle wasn't terrible. It looked like for a second he was going to take it, but he wasn't able to reinforce it as fast. I mean, when the 4 Immortals disappeared in the course of a few seconds, that's it.
Well, the Immortals really are the backbone of that push. It felt like he actually dived a little bit too hard with them. When it was like 4 Immortals and like 2 Sentries and a Stalker, and like it felt like it was almost a misclick the way that they walked forward. I was like, why are we going that deep right now? Why don't we wait for a warp-in round and then go?
Yeah.
So that felt a little bit off.
Yeah, that was when I was watching it, I thought, okay, he must just know what we don't. Like, this is just going to work, apparently.
He definitely knows what we don't, but...
Yeah. Well, he does, but not in that attack. It did not work at all. But
Tasus knows better than Trap here.
I know. I'm like, why am I casting when I could be winning the Super Tournament? That's what I asked myself. No, honestly, it was kind of a funky game compared to the rest of Trap's games and the games we've seen from him elsewhere. I mean, he really did not. It just did seem like a well planned out move.
Well, anytime I see,
I don't think that attack was forced either, unless I'm incorrect about something.
Oh, well, what I think it was that he was waiting for either Dark to attack or Dark to overextend in some way, because when I see someone getting Blink and that many Stalkers earlier on in the game, generally that's going to be something that you use before like Max Supply and Hive, because when we get up to those areas, like if you have Lurkers, what do Blink Stalkers do?
Yep.
They die. They just get
They die.
splattered. It's like they're not useful. So I think that he basically saw like, oh God, Lurkers are coming. Like my army is not going to get better as the Lurkers hatch, so I got to go.
Yeah.
You can't just sit there with it and be like, okay, well, I don't feel like my Adepts can kill him, so I'll just sit and max out and then just have 50 Adepts that don't do anything. You know, it's that type of thing.
Going into game 4 here on Romanticide. Our map, again, if Trap wins this, he closes it out. If Dark wins, we're tied up 2-2, and we go into game 5.
Game starts. Afrika Freaks, Trap. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Dark.
All right, we're going to see if Dark can wiggle his way into a game 5.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see how this goes. This time, Trap doing what he's done in most of our games now is sent a probe out here to try to interfere with the planting of the first hatchery. We should note that in these games where he's done this, he has not followed it up with any kind of real adept aggression or any kind of. I think we're almost past that point in the meta, really.
Thank
to make that.
God.
Yeah.
That is like that build.
I'm still living off the fumes of the past, Artosis.
Just the
like,
Adept
remember
all in.
Squirtle
It's
and
like,
MVP. I'm like, guys, we've had lots of great games since then.
yeah.
No, I do think that this is more just to get intel and confirm, really. I mean, deny the hatch, but then really just confirm, okay, what is Zerg doing exactly? Is there anything weird happening here? We have not had a rush from Dark, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
I guess
time.
that's true. He did do that one kind of all-inning move against the Void Ray third base.
But I don't think that was like, this is
Yeah.
my build this game. He looked at this and then went like,
Yeah.
huh.
I don't want to make Hydras.
Yeah, I don't want to play the game that you want me to play.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to see any rush here either. I don't think. It's just, I think it's hard to kill Protoss with a rush, especially when you're opening Stargate as often as Trap is.
Yeah, Stargate can answer a lot of the ground threats. So maybe not the best
Oracles and
decision to do.
Voids, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty solid against rushes.
And
Alright.
we're still waiting here from Trap. See what exactly he's going to be doing this time around.
Yeah, it is different. He's getting a Stalker right away.
Yep.
And getting the Warp Gate, so we don't see a Stargate.
Yeah, we're going to see. Now, the thing is, when you see this, especially if the Stalker is able to kill off the Overlord, from the Zerg's perspective, you might think, okay, something's coming after this.
Oh.
Everything's happening here for a reason. But it might be to just mislead him, and he plays conservative anyways. And it's going to be a Stargate later.
Yeah, just a later Stargate, and that can be very tricky too, because that's for years it's been the Overlord checks, and if Warp Gate starts right away, it's not Stargate, and if it doesn't, it is Stargate.
Yeah,
that's like a very easy way to tell, and even the Stalker first, as opposed to Adept, points towards no Stargate. So it's just a little bit of a mind game, and of course, it's not like some revolutionary thing. At one point, maybe it was, but I don't think it'll like overly surprise Dark when he sees a Stargate unit.
Yeah.
But it could catch him off guard.
And so the first Void Ray is going to be chronoed out here. No Oracle this time around. So we've seen Void Rays before with these two guys playing, but it was always on the back of an Oracle.
Mm-hmm. This could be one of those crazy Void Ray all-ins.
Yeah, I think it might be.
It might be.
Basically, a lot of the... basically the way that you play Zerg is you're looking for little signals from the player that can kind of, oh, he's moving that here. That could mean this, or he doesn't want me to see this, so there must be something there. But he's actually had a kind of type of rotation here where maybe the Protoss could have misled the Zerg. Now the Overlord did see the Void Ray, but now he's going to go into an Oracle behind that. And it's going to be a third base here.
Yeah, instead of like Mass Gates and a Twilight or anything like that. Will this be? Yeah, it's the second Stargate build. So let's see if Dark tries that Queen Ravager Ling all in again. I don't think that he will, but that kind of, I guess he could try something like Queen Infestor right off the bat. And honestly, with how well he did in that other game, that could be a reasonable way to go about it. I think most people would naturally go into Hydras in a situation like this, though.
Now we saw that in was it game 2, Dark wanted to veer away from the that type of comp, trying to fight with Hydras. He tried to play a different game that maybe Trap didn't want him to play. But let's see what happens this time around.
Yeah, we're gonna see momentarily here. Layer is a little bit over halfway done. 2 Stargates are out. He's not fully producing. He's not supply blocked or anything. He's just producing a single Void Ray at a time. I think he might be, okay. Just kind of prioritizing getting his tech up as well as probe saturation. Some nice continued harass. 5 kills on that Oracle so far.
Yeah, nothing Dark can't deal with for the time being. And we have now Void Rays here coming out 2 at a time. It's going to be a slower game here for game 4. Both sides are teching up. This map, there's enough space between them. You can't truly be that aggressive with anything. Like even these Void Rays out here, they can just be recalled home. So there's not any kind of push inbound here for a little bit.
Yeah, with the charge and +1, there is the possibility of a massive charge lot type of attack. But we'll see about that. He's getting the Templar Archives. Kind of points towards a slightly longer game. And it is very Queen-centric here for Dark, as opposed to getting a Hydralisk Den or anything like that.
Right. So we now have some gateways being thrown down here. And this is usually the first signal about when real development for the push is going to come in here. It's not a ton of gates, it's just 4 for now. But this is where we're going to see Protoss basically fill in the meat. The way Protosses tend to play nowadays is they squeeze out a lot of their tech units early, because you need a lot of that. Immortals is a great example of this, but in this case we also have Void Rays coming out, an alternative tech unit. You get those out, and then you fill them in with these basic tier 1 units, right? Like you don't need to stock up on Zealots early in StarCraft.
No, certainly.
You actually get them last, even though they're like the first unit you can actually make in the game.
Yeah, yeah. It's very true. You want to like backfill with your macro.
Yeah,
generally.
yeah. That's one of the funny things about how Protoss operate.
Terran actually does that as well a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like you're going to want to get your tech units out right at the beginning.
Correct.
Hell, we even see Terrans rush to battlecruisers against Zerg and then fill in.
Yeah, now it's like, now I'm going to get Marines and Medevacs. But first I wanted to get, 1, maybe 3 even battlecruisers, or just keep making them, depends.
Now, Dark is going for a kind of the same comp that we saw the last time that Trap used this build, or a very similar build to it. And, like, the last time that he did this, he made it reasonable after his failed all-in. Right? Like, he did a crazy attack. He lost all of his queens, his Ravagers, his Lings. He was really low on drones. Here, he's droned steadily. He's made a lot of queens. He's getting into the infestors now, but he hasn't wasted anything. So his drones are a lot higher, a lot earlier on, and everything. His creep spread is better. Everything is looking better for Dark this time.
Right.
So yeah, I'm just kind of interested to see how this will end up going for him. It's not going to be as easy a game for Trap, because it almost felt like Trap was getting sloppy at times because he was so far ahead the last time.
Yeah. Looks like these 4 roaches that were going to be set up for a counterattack. This is a great spot here by Trap.
And even seeing the spikes, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. Let's make some cannons.
Yeah, I know what's up now. Back here at the Protoss' home, you can see that he's now teching up, getting that fleet beacon. I guess he's going to go for this anyways.
Oh, you got the upgrade, you may as well try.
Yeah.
I like that he still gets burrow movement. A lot of people gave up on that upgrade years and years and years ago,
Well,
but
this-
like it's a decent way to trade these units out later on.
Burrow and Burrow movement, actually even Burrow in StarCraft 1, honestly, has always been sort of a funny upgrade that I feel like is neglected too much.
Yeah.
Like, it's cheap. There's so much you could do with it.
Oh, Burrow's great, and Burrow movement's great. Like,
Yeah.
anything like this that makes your opponent think more and gives you opportunities, even though they won't be used every game, occasionally it'll be used to great effect. And for the cost,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, why not? You have this
why
many
not?
roaches, they aren't scaling. You're not going to lose them in just some weird giant force field fight. Why not? Let's get it.
Okay. Roach is moving out now. And I don't know. I like what Dark's doing, like, as far as ideas go. Like, on paper, I think this is pretty cool, but it's not actually doing much of anything.
No.
That being
not
said,
much.
if you lose roaches, it's not like, oh no, I lost my roaches. That was something I needed later on. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be killed off pretty easily.
It will, but he's still getting like some scouting intel and stuff. He's keeping Trap
Right.
a little bit busy, and he wants to lose the roaches. This is a great way to get rid of them, honestly. Yeah, should be able to get that Nexus. Trap actually does not cancel.
Wow. Well, he's going to go ahead and remake it. We're at 150 supply now for Trap.
I want to
Th-
see.
th-
Oh, sorry, Tastes. Did you see
No,
that
go ahead.
bridge? How
Yeah.
it's like just wooden planks? I want to see a burrow movement over that.
Yeah, what would
They
that
just
look like?
would
Just
fall
under
down in the
board?
river. You notice he did not burrow there
Yeah.
on the bridge.
We
Because
need
they
to-
would simply, that would be it. They'd be in the river. How do you get them out?
That might be one of those destructible bridges from Command & Conquer, Artosis.
Oh my gosh.
So we've got a few Zealots moving out here and there. Again, I think when Protoss completes the tech, we're going to have the first push of the game, really.
Yeah.
It's actually been, which is fine, but it's been a very slow game so far.
Yeah, that's.
It's been dark fishing for some kind of harassment or counterplay, but the Protoss has been so conservative through most of this that really not much can happen. Oh, this yeah, it's trying to, like, juke and jive.
Yeah. So silly.
Yeah.
It's just
It's like, there's
so
no hope
silly.
for you, Burrowed Roach. I'm sorry.
Well, I guess Disruption Shot took some shields off. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
cool.
And now we are at the climax of at least this game so far.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a push. It looks like Protoss actually wants to push up through 12 o'clock. And I want to point out, there's no expansion at 12. But I think he wants to try to hit a more vulnerable location. It seems like, at least from looking at the mini-map, there's a lot of defense and a lot of overall attention here at 9 o'clock. Oh, actually, Protoss is going to turn around.
Oh,
this
this
is
is
just enough roaches
so
that you
funny.
kind of got to respect it.
That and he unpowered like both cybernetics cores there. That
Yeah.
was kind of cool.
Okay, so he is going to try to push through here.
I don't think that there's a whole lot to be done right now.
I just can't imagine Protoss actually breaking this.
No, it's not
Yeah.
going to happen.
This is actually doing quite
This
a
is-
bit, too. This is the roach harass that Dark was fishing for this whole game.
Dude, this could be a very long game.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, a couple good disruptor shots. Brings up his High Templars.
Okay.
Another couple of really good ones.
Yeah, I mean, is he going to be able to get through here?
Like, slowly but surely with these spells, you'll do all right, but the Vipers are going to charge up and start yoinking.
Oh, you said that. Cool. How embarrassing, Artosis.
The High Templars had
yeah.
something to say
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, man, they get feedback on your casting energy right there. No, that was pretty sick. This maybe will allow Protoss to try to put a dent in here. This is a lot to chew your way through.
Oh, the neural on
That
the
was sick.
disruptor, and he actually used it to kill all the High Templars
That was
except
actually so insane.
one. That was good.
I almost wonder if we get a highlight clip of that because it happened so quickly.
Yeah,
That was so sick.
that was awesome. That was so awesome. That was so...
It actually, I almost had to do a double
The
take
amount
on what
of
happened.
value there.
Yeah.
God. That was a better disruptor hit than all the ones that Trap has hit so far.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Does
By
this
the way,
make Dark better with Protoss than Trap? Like,
that's what
does
it
this
means.
even mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, Dark's sitting here having to play both races. That's
Yeah,
tough.
the thing is, if Dark wins this, we got to say he beat him with Protoss.
He has to, like, know the hotkeys for these and stuff. It's not even the race he plays.
He's got those keys specially
Look
set
at
on
this.
his keyboard so they align with what Zerg's going to be doing.
Dude, he's making stasis wards for himself.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Jeez, Dark.
Is this
I
the-
want to see him steal a probe and make a Nexus.
Yeah. Is this the best neural play we've ever had? I don't know.
It's pretty amazing.
It's looking pretty damn good, man.
All right, some annoying Zealot harassment. Void Rays, I think these guys are trying to get cycled out a little bit. Doesn't really need them. Dark does not want to go Corruptor.
You know, Trap is trying, but he's not doing very much. And we're actually seeing the bottom left corner of the map get filled in here with even more Zerg. So we're going to have this map cut in half. There are a lot of locations here in the middle that can still cause some friction. Not every expansion obviously goes to one side or the other, especially when you look closer into the center of this map. But yeah, it does seem like Trap has this really scary army that Zerg can't kill, but also Trap can't really take a fight anywhere.
Yeah, it's getting pretty complicated to take any of these fights because you have to think of all the different spells that can be thrown out on both sides.
Yeah.
You know, Infestors obviously with their Neurals can do a great job, but Disruptors are a good counter because
Yeah.
you can just disrupt the Knurling Infestor and it's gone, right? And you get the unit back and suddenly it's like a huge waste. But then you have like the interplay between the High Templars and the Vipers. How is that going to work out?
I do question the pushing at 12. It seems like that was the least important spot on the map. Like, with an army that's this slow, you have the, it's kind of like the Broodlord conundrum where it's like, oh, this is really big and scary and hard to kill, and the way it distributes damage is actually pretty terrifying, but at the same time, it's not fast.
Yeah.
So you can play around it, and I think when he went into 12 o'clock, I thought maybe there were ambitions to push into the main. Probably that's what he wanted to do. But it just let Zerg fill in all the holes in the bottom of the map.
It did do that.
And now it's like we're in for a long game here. This game is far from over. Nothing is signaling to me that this is about to end anytime soon unless somebody really screws up.
It can't end soon. Their banks are getting really big. Like, the cost efficiency is definitely on Trap's side, but Dark has so much bank and it's so hard to kill. All right, he's going to try to push again here. Oh my god, just
nice harpooning.
Some sick value right there. Okay, so doesn't go super well there, it feels like, for Trap. Oh, nice dodge as well.
Yeah, good pull out. He actually realized exactly where that was headed. I thought it was going to be hitting one of the queens there.
Can I make a wish list, tasteless for Trap
Yes,
here?
of course, yes.
So he made a mothership. I want to see recall plays.
Yeah, I think he needs to do a recall into the main, maybe.
Yeah, like anywhere. Like, I think what you do is you send the mothership opposite of wherever you're attacking. So you attack for a while. When they bring enough defenses, you recall to the other location and get damage there, right? So I want to see some of that. And honestly, I like it when Protoss players mix in a few Tempests with this army. I feel like the having 4 Tempests out there to just like kill spores,
also,
and sometimes zone out the Vipers in addition to the High Templars, I really like that play.
You know, the thing about carriers is that when they lose the interceptors, you basically have to pull away from the fight. It's kind of like Locust. I've never really thought of it like this because obviously you have to manually remake the interceptors, but you know when the
if you call right-clicking a box one time manually, then yes.
Yeah, that's true. You can automate it. That's right. But
this is StarCraft 2 tasteless.
But when you look at the just carrier play, once you've lost the interceptors, you have to back off. You don't have enough interference with that can draw shots out that your other units are basically protected.
They're actually blimps at that point.
Yeah. What do you think of this Hydra Overseer duo? Is this what Romanticide is? This unusual duo
That's
here?
the comp right there.
Yeah.
Definitely, totally.
Nobody thought they would be a match, but here they are.
Yeah. Honestly, with that base up there, I want to see him bring over a couple Infestors, target everything down, steal a probe, make a Nexus, man. I want that so bad.
Let's have it. By the way, 12.
Do you ever remember that happening even one time?
No.
Yeah, me either.
Not with us, Cassie, no.
can it even occur?
Maybe not.
Huh.
Is there anything a infestor can't knurl?
Now it can knurl everything.
It can knurl everything, right?
Mothership, for God's sake.
Yeah. It's like the probe. It's like its mind is too strong. We have a disruptor shot coming out here. And again, this is like just a hammer trying to chip away at a brick wall. Like, how long is this going to take?
Dude, Shawshank, man, it can be done.
Yeah, that's true. Give it time.
Yeah.
Trap is backing up. He's opening up his pant leg pockets. A little bit of dirt's coming out. Putting it on the baseball field.
He's a noble man. He didn't ask to be in this game like this.
No.
Look at that
observer! That observer's hard.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. My God.
That observer did that on a dare. Yeah.
He's like, you got me, right,
Yeah.
batteries?
All his friends are worried about him. It's like, oh, he's just doing this for attention. This isn't good.
Hey, the disruptors.
Yeah.
I mean, they're definitely, every time you see them shoot out, that's value.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even if it's just damaging a building. Look at these Templars. They were inspired by that observer to just put themselves in danger.
We need an observer with this army to remove
Yeah,
these,
bring that
like,
observer up here. Help him fight.
seriously.
Yeah.
Look at, he's walking around on creep.
This is a pretty insane late game here. I would love to know just the number of spores that we actually have right now
Oh, it's
in this game.
We might check eventually.
Yeah.
Oh my God, those
Damn.
feedbacks are so fast.
Yeah.
Watch out, he's going back Zealots.
They're not your zealots. Watch out.
By the way, he does have a couple of spires going 1-1 right now. So we know he is preparing for the Corruptor switch that may have to occur eventually.
Yeah.
He may have to switch into Corruptors at some point.
All Zerg needs is that upgrade to make Corruptors actually be able to attack ground units. And there'd be
Could
no
you
way.
imagine?
Yeah. They're like Vikings. They just like land. Little Corruptor feet come out and they're walking around.
They're slow like queens, though,
Yeah,
for sure. For sure. Look at this. Trap is just relentless.
But again, I don't know that Trap is actually getting anywhere. And similar to what we had in the last game, I'm sorry, not the last game, or the earlier half of this game, Trap was up at 12 trying to take fights, so Zerg took the bottom. Now Trap's in the bottom trying to take fights, so Zerg takes the top.
Yeah.
Dark's just filling in all the gaps with
It's
Zerg
like water,
bases.
my friend.
Yes.
Ooh, nice yoink. Still, the disruptors seem to be the units really creating the most value so far in this game.
Right.
Just each time he shoots them out, he's basically making money with them.
Yeah. I like the placement of the lurkers here. Very hard to actually get to them. Oh, hello. He's going to just dive in here. Oh! Nice connect. But
Yeah,
I think Zerg can still drive this back. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Sorry. There was a sequence of spells that happened there that threw me off.
We're trapped in here!
Yes.
Like, you're actually not. That's
You're
not
not.
what the
That's
spell
not what
does.
that does, man.
You dumb zealots. I'm like, wait a minute. A real zealot would know he's not trapped in there. You guys are changelings.
Okay. Chip it away here. Yeah, man, I feel like Trap is not really doing anything that's going to win him this game. He's getting value, but I don't know if this is going to stop the Zerg from growing. Protoss is eventually going to have to take more of the center bases.
You can see right now it's 11.7K for Trap, but only 11.2K for Dark. So he's definitely gaining the edge tastes.
We only have a few. Actually, I guess there's only one base left on the map. Is that correct? They're mineral walls, if you count that. But
yeah. Just Dark's one in that area.
But if Trap takes that, that's how you win a PvZ, my friend.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's how you do it?
It's like Risk. This is where you got to play Risk in the game,
okay.
man. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Listen, if what Trap needs to do is just take this base that he's over right here and only put cannons there.
Yeah.
Cannons and cavalry
Oh,
for
look,
days.
I'm glad that it's like Risk and not Monopoly, because if it was, then we'd have had people teaming up already to kill
That's right,
somebody
yeah.
here.
But this might even be worse, where it's just that base is Australia, and he's just going to sit there and Yeah.
Those damn turtles in
Risk,
Australia.
not a good game. You know?
Not a good game
Not
at all.
not a good
I
game.
have StarCraft Risk.
Yeah. Didn't help it. Now, with that being said, I mean, is there?
But what if it's like Tarsonis? Like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Is it function like Australia, or is it?
I haven't opened it, actually. I'm not a big Risk fan.
You shouldn't even be allowed to cast this game. You don't even open your StarCraft Risk box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Lurker's running up to Burrow.
I don't know what's happening. I think Zerg's losing, though. You want me to play-by-play this? I don't think so, guys. I think Protoss actually wins this. Yeah, but hold on.
Well, the 3 Neurals are doing their
But
best.
this is where Zerg cashes his lottery ticket. What are you going to buy? He's like, well, since I play lottery, I'm going to spend all the money on sports cars.
26 Corruptors, 6 Ultras.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah! That's what you got to do. Take the Hive out. Take his tech out.
And look at this. Dark now. His
There's just
bank
2
really
ultras. We're
going
going to let
up.
him come back.
Oh, no. Sees a ton of Corruptors popping out. So now that he knows Corruptors on the way, look at this. 4 more Archons being made, 3 Immortals. So I think the play here is you use the Corruptors as quickly as you can to clear this army. And then, Tasteless, you go into Broods. And then he goes into Void Rays, and you GG!
Yeah. And you've locked yourself out of winning the game. Yes!
Yeah. You know, actually, tell me what you think of this idea.
Yeah.
What if you could pay to turn Broodlords back into Corruptors, but very cheap?
I'd be fine with that, but only if I can also turn them back into eggs and make them into larvae and make them into anything I want. How does that sound?
You'll turn into larva again.
Yeah.
Unmorph.
Yeah.
It could even be free. It could even be free.
I think it should give you money when you do it. How about that?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Gets back the money you morphed for the Broods?
Yeah. No, it's like compound interest, or you could even like more. It's,
Just sit there and farm them all
yeah,
day.
you just farm all day, hitting buttons.
Okay, there's a lot of Ultras out here, but Immortals come into the fight. A lot of Archons in here as well, so all units good against these. The Archons, like, oh my god, they're just stopping the Corruptors from doing anything here. He needs, like, where are he only has 3 Lurkers.
Zerg never should have attacked this. Just gonna say it.
Damn, Tasteless, you're so brave.
I am so brave.
I can't believe you said what I was too afraid to say.
Yeah, well, someone has to speak out on this. So Zerg should have just turtled into eternity, but instead here you are. Yeah.
Turtle into eternity.
Into eternity. Like some kind of Greek myth, destined for all time to just sit there and defend with spore crawlers and lurkers and infestors.
Well, now
Protoss
he's
is
got
gonna
his
win this
Corruptor
game.
army that he was really hoping to be able
All
to
right,
make.
but look at that. He's only got, what, 2K minerals? Not even that, 1K?
Yeah, not looking too
This
hot.
is a wrecking ball army here.
It's pretty scary. He doesn't have any way to deal with the Archons. If the
Right.
Archons would get away from the carriers, he could do something.
Right.
Look at that though. It's like an entire craft set.
This entire crap set?
Yeah, man. Look at all those like cotton balls.
Yeah. This is going to just push into the main. Keep in mind the Hive was killed off. If he kills off any extra tech.
Oh, here we go. He's going to dive in on top of everything here. All right, Storm's going down.
Oh my god, that's a lot of Corruptors.
Yeah, they're going to clear the entire air army. Now, how much bank? Yeah, Dark has no bank left behind this, unfortunately. And I feel like if you just make Voids from here, that's the way to do it as Trap.
All these Corruptors can do is cheer on the Ultras fighting the Immortals.
Oh, he doesn't have a Greater Spire.
He can't even do it no matter what.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, he better go and start killing buildings with these right now.
Yeah.
He better start doing that like 30 seconds ago.
Yeah. I think he's going to try to...
Come on!
He's got to go faster
Do
than this.
something with your Corruptors. They're not going to get better. They're only
The funny thing
gonna
is,
get
I don't
worse.
believe that Trap is actually aware that there's no Greater Spire.
Yeah.
He's like,
Well,
I better make
yeah.
some Void Rays to kill these Broodlords.
He definitely saw the 2 Spires when he was killing the Hive,
Yeah.
but sometimes you
It
make 3
might not
Spires.
have registered, though.
Yeah, but a lot of Zergs in this situation will just make 3. It's not that expensive. Not when you have 12K tastes.
Not when you're out of touch. thinks it's not expensive.
Not when you don't even know how much Zerglings
He doesn't
cost.
know how much Zerg milk costs, okay? That's how out of touch he is. Another tag here. I think at this point in time, if Trap wasn't aware, it's sinking in now that the Broodlords are not coming anytime soon. We have no Hive in sight this game.
You know, he did make a fair amount of Voids, so I guess the Corruptors still will fight against those at least. Oh, no.
Okay, I think we're at the beginning to the end here. The Ultras got wrecked. There is no minerals, no gas, no Ultras in this game.
Oh, there's like very little of anything. We're just in like turtle your last bases mode. Yeah, he's making some disruptors. Like there's not like a way to stop
it's
this.
hidden there. Please, I'm the last of my kind.
Yeah, they surrounded him and everything.
Yeah. You're gonna sell his Ultra tusks.
They teamed up
sad,
against
really.
him, man. Damn. That was me and you, those 4 DTs.
Yeah, that was 2 Tastes and 2 Artoses.
Yeah.
We slapped him down like he was chicken breast.
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
even need 23,000.
Yeah, we only needed 2.5 hours to do that.
You're cooked.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go, guys. Let's finish this game up.
He should toy with his prey a little bit longer.
We're gonna watch the Protoss play with his food now. Those were the children of the Ultralisk.
Yeah, I think, you know, when he lost the Hive, that's a big deal. Did he ever get the Hive back? I don't think so. So, like, if you don't have a Hive, you can't make Vipers. And if you don't have Vipers, you can't win this game.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Look at that Protoss army. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Look at that army. That's like the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Okay, Protoss is just gonna try to push in.
Oh, those are...
That was sick.
That was sick. Look at that. He's still fighting with them, too.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, now come in and die.
Yeah, come in, have a seat.
Come in, have a seat. Okay, that was good. Well, he does have a lair.
Oh yeah, you can morph those into Archons when they're dying. How about that?
Look at that.
It's not the thing I first think of when I see.
Certainly not.
Yeah, but
Ooh. It's running from those lurks. So funny.
that was some good play-by-play right there. You casted that like it was a video of us watching a skateboarder fall.
Look at him, he's hurt.
Oh man, he fell over. Oh man, what an idiot. I can't do that, but what an idiot. So the Archons will go into the main now, and we're seeing the Zerg get dismantled here. Where's he gonna go? You guys didn't get the memo? There's no Hive there.
Uh-oh. He has no detection. Those lurkers gonna shred him.
Yeah, this is where
one
Archons,
left over.
Archons need to go back into DTs. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Everything should be able to undo what it did.
Yeah, exactly.
Maximum flexibility. The Void Ray needs to be able to unfold into an Oracle.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right, Protoss still on the outskirts here, trying to poke in.
Dude, Dark is almost maxed again. He actually might win this game.
Yeah, this is pretty wild.
He's been sitting here with 36 Corruptors
Well,
since God knows when.
We've watched what was over 10K in minerals. I don't know what the gas was, but also very high. Now down to 2K.
Yeah.
Protoss is 1 or 2 screwed up fights away from losing this game.
Yes, absolutely. Like, he does not have enough to remax if he loses his army. Right? He can make 25 Zealots.
Yeah. Okay, he's going to try to edge in again. Okay, coming in here. Nice connections on those lurkers.
And a counterattack actually going down. It looks like he's just going to try to kill off all of the tech. I like this move a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Why not just kill all the tech? Because it's really an entrenched position that Dark has.
Even being forced to remake the tech is pretty big. I actually feel like that's what he was supposed to do this entire rest of the game after the Hive was killed. Was like actually just now dive down on the tech.
Maybe.
Make
yeah,
him make
right
Zerglings in for the rest of this game. Make him go back into Roaches against this, see what happens. No. Did this just crash? Okay.
somehow we can't resume from the replay.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, well. So there's actually a small push coming down here. Where is Protoss actually mining from, by the way? Because a lot of these bases have, I think, mined out, or have almost mined out. Oh, my mine. I'm reserved now. Oh, look at the Templar.
Look at that.
Look at him.
I love these Knurls and what he's doing with them. You see that? Did you see that Infestor wiggle as he made it come back?
Yeah.
Where it was like jumping around wiggling? That's what I look like when I play console games. Like I try to look around the corner with my head at the TV when I'm like playing a console game, you know?
Get the Spire!
He's gonna get everything, Jesus. Look at that. Even the Broodlings coming to fight.
The Broodlings are in this too. Even the babies are mad.
Dude, the Knurl's going to town again. He's targeting down the Disruptors, but he doesn't do it in time.
Yeah, it almost worked until it completely backfired.
Yeah, but you know what? He killed those off, and there's no Archons underneath here.
Wait,
chase! Go, 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 go!
Almost got him.
I need a game 5. Go! You
Carriers
gotta go
are
kill
getting
it all.
pretty low. There should be another Disruptor shot in a second here.
Oh
there it is.
my God!
Oh, it doesn't really connect to anything.
Good splitting.
Actually, if
He kills
misses,
all the carriers.
If he misses all these shots, the Zerg can actually attack up here, I think.
All right, he's gonna skip. They recharge too quick. He's afraid. He's a coward.
It's
Jesus.
afraid.
All right, finally. Attacking one of Dark's last positions there. Can Dark's army beat this? 5 lurkers.
Oh, by the way, the pool's going to get killed again.
Oh,
Just to
boy.
point out, the pool will have to be remade.
That's almost helpful because making Zerglings here is the last thing he needs.
Yeah, is there only one lurker here? Am I seeing this right?
Yeah, it's very low. Oh, that's a lot of Zealots actually being made. Trapped at a 3.5k bank.
They're both down to 120 supply. It does seem like Protoss has a little bit more flexibility with the army.
Oh, for sure.
In that you can actually like fight from afar.
Wait, are you telling me that like 30 Corruptors are not flexible?
It's like beef jerky flexibility. It's none.
So more than me, but still not any.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. When I think of Artosis, the word flexible does not come to mind.
No, in any
Yeah.
way.
Now, another tag over here. Keep in mind the way the mini-map actually looks here. Zerg is marooned on 3 positions here at the top.
Oh, he's picking off the boys. Oh, turn around. Okay.
This, you know, what looked like it was Trap just dominating actually became a really close comeback into Trap will probably barely win this game.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
By the way,
army
no
is
gas here.
Oh, he actually sniped the Observer. He sacked several Corruptors to snipe that Observer.
But,
then the Disruptors killed
there's
the
no
lurker.
gas being mined right now on either side. So
Oh
you
my
cannot make an
gosh.
Observer. You can make Link. Well, I guess you can't make Links if your pool's dead.
Can you imagine if he could lift off one Zerg building?
That's what he needs to do.
If you could load a Spore into an Overlord and then fly it over the side of the map with all your Corruptors, you got this.
You would win the game.
It's a draw.
And it would be better for the game, I think.
Yeah, if you could load Spores and Spines into Overlords, it would be better for
People
the game.
have different positions on balance, but basically everybody's in agreement that Spores should be able to be loaded into.
Yeah, and travel through Niduses as well.
Of course.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't do that.
So I think we're in the death throes here of Dark.
Dark? But he has like I think he has a geyser and a hatch still.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, maybe I should temper my expectations then here.
Yeah. Don't you dare. Oh,
that scream.
there's one Observer out right now. I think he's looking for it.
But you can win this game even without an Observer. Oh, there's one spine.
Yeah, if there's Disruptors, you can.
There's one spine crawler being made.
10 gas, man. Like, if he can pick off the Disruptors, the thing is you can right-click on the building still, so... there's no way to pick off that many Disruptors. I love the way he's doing this, by the way. Oh my God, Dark!
Okay, he's made some Zealots. He's still mining minerals, by the way, so you can actually... Zealots are expendable.
Yeah. But he can't...
Protoss has an income.
Well, he does have... Yeah. There is no
Oh,
gases
get wrecked!
involved. No.
Oh! Underground men! Oh, that's
no!
fucking wrecked! GG!
Wow. Crazy last game there. Dark. He's a hard one to kill.
That was one hell of a series, man. We're going to go to an interview in a second here with Trap, see how he's feeling. Dark, I think he put up a valiant effort. I think it was an entertaining christening of StarCraft 2 in 2001.
In 2001?
I'm sorry, what year? 2021. It's me, Time Bones. I'm back. You're like, what day is it? It's like, it's day one of the Super Tournament. I'm like, the year. What's the year? We're going to go to that interview now. But that was a good christening. In this case, Dark, the champagne bottle that was smashed over the studio, too.
Thought you meant something else, but yeah.
I got to go.
슈퍼토너먼트 시즌 1.
Okay, that was the
첫 번째
first match of
8강
2021
진출자
GSL
치열한
SuperTournament
승부의
Season
승리를
1.
가져온
And Dark
아프리카
held up very
프릭스
well,
조성호
but in the
선수가
end, it is
만나보겠습니다.
Trap who secures the victory.
축하드립니다.
Congratulations, Trap.
역시 결승급 대진답게 마지막 경기
Wow,
거의
that was a really
30분
fierce
가까이
match,
경기를
and the last
승리
game
소감
was almost
어떠신가요?
like 40 minutes long. How do you feel after that
이번에
victory?
경기 준비하면서
Well, while
자신감이
preparing for my
없어가지고
match, I didn't have
걱정을 많이
that much
했는데
confidence, so I was worried.
실전에서
But I'm glad
그냥,
that on stage,
집중해서 해보자
I was able to show my
생각을
skills,
해가지고 승리까지 이어진 것 같아요.
and I'm really happy to have won
새해
today.
첫 오프라인 만남이었는데 처음
Well, that was
거짓말을
your
이렇게
first
하시네요.
offline encounter with Dark.
자신감이 없으셨다니 요즘 기세가 가장 좋은
And right now,
선수 중에
you are
한
on a
분입니다.
roll right now, Trap.
아니
You've been showing great
슈퍼
momentum.
시즌 2 우승을 시작해서 드리밍 마스터즈 라스트 찬스 우승하셨죠.
And you won the DreamHack
오늘
Last
방문을
Chance
잡으셨죠.
Masters as well.
어디서 자신감이 없으셨어요?
So why are you saying that you were not
연습하는
confident?
과정에서 승률이
Well, in the
생각보다
process
잘
of
안
preparation, my win rate wasn't that
잘하는
good.
선수도 많고
And there were so many other skillful players.
영어도 또 잘하는
And as
가장
you know,
잘하는
Dark
저그
is one of the
중 한
best
명이라서
Zergs out there.
걱정을 했는데
So I was worried.
그래도 결과가 좋게 나와서 다행이네요.
But, you know, I'm
그럼
glad
세라의
that the results
선수와
turned out to be
박용
good.
선수는 뭐가 되나요? 하지만 연습 과정에서는 분명히 힘들었다.
Well, okay,
이렇게 2021년 또 첫 소감을 말씀해 주셨습니다. 저희는 사실 저그전이 더 업그레이드된 느낌을 받았거든요.
And honestly, it feels like your
그러면
PVZ even
이
got better.
말씀이라면 그런 느낌은 없었던 건가요?
연습 때 많이 져요.
In practice, I
많이
lost,
져가지고
a lot to
그거를
Zergs.
토대로
and, you know, I built up my foundation,
그런 상황이
with my
대회에서
losses,
나오면은 어떻게 대처를
and then I
할까 생각을
realized
많이
how to
해가지고
encounter like
그래서
the
부분을
hard
이제
matchups in
보완을
that PVZ.
해가지고 방송 경기에서 이기게 되는
And I was able to implement the
오늘 인상
strategies into
깊었던
my games.
로맨티사이드 마지막 경기만 이야기를 해보겠습니다.
Okay, let's talk about the
거의
last game in
40분
Romantic
가까이
side.
정말 극후반 경기가 됐는데
And that became a really late
상대
game.
거대 둥지탑이 없었어요. 이게
And
준비가
the Dark
됐다면
actually
좀
didn't have
양상이 좀
great Aspire,
달라졌을까요?
which led to its loss. So what do you think about that?
달라졌을 것 같아요.
I think, yeah, I think if he went for the Great Aspire, the outcome of the game definitely would have changed.
울트라가 엄청 많길래
And there were so many corruptors, there were so many ultralists.
했는데 감염충이 엄청 많이 나오더라고요. 그래서 만약에 무리군주를
So I realized that if Dark went for the Brawl Lords,
감염충을 같이 뽑았으면은 제가 좀 어렵지
I probably would have lost.
않았을까라는 생각이 들어요.
네. 자 오늘 경기 리뷰를 해봤고
Alright, that was the
이렇게
review of
아프리카
today's
프릭스
game.
새롭게
And Trap, you are now in
어떤
Africa
의미가
Freaks.
있을까요?
So what does this mean to you?
일단 팀에 들어가서
Well, ever since joining
게임만
the team,
집중할 수 있도록 이렇게
I'm just so happy to be in an environment where I can focus on my games.
이렇게 돼서 기분이 좋고
I feel
또
so good.
입장하자마자 드림앤 라스트 찬스도 우승하고
So ever since my entry, I won the DreamHack Masters
이제
2,
아프리카 이름을 달고
and now I want to
좋은 성적을
represent
내고 싶은
Africa
마음이
Freaks on a bigger stage.
자 새해 첫 오프라인 무대였습니다.
And that was your
또
first
명절도
offline
얼마 안
match of the
남았고
year,
또
Trap.
많은 분들이 응원해주고 계시니까요.
And a lot of the fans will be rooting for you.
팬분들께도 한 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다.
So anything you want to say to your fans?
일단 올해는 이제
Well, this year,
오프라인에서 팬분들
I
뵈면서
hope to see my fans
경기할 줄
offline
알았는데 좀
here at the
이렇게
studio.
길어져가지고
But you know, the
팬분들하고 좀 아쉬운
coronavirus
마음이
is
있고,
getting
그렇지만
very prolonged.
이제 저는 이제 저대로 열심히 해가지고
So I'm gonna try my best.
이번 슈터도 4강
And
이상 가가지고
For this Super Tournament, I'm gonna try to at least make it to the round of 4 and make my fans proud.
말씀해 주셨는데요.
Alright,
다시
Trap.
한번 축하드립니다.
Once again, congratulations. Thank you.
자 이렇게 첫 번째 진출자 조성호 선수 만나봤습니다. 2021 GSL 슈퍼토너먼트 시즌 1 이제 조성호 선수의 8강 상대를 가릴 두 번째
It's
경기
Trap. That's no
이준영
shock there.
선수와
We've
강민수
still got
선수의
plenty more
경기로
games though tonight.
잠시 후에 돌아오겠습니다.
Yeah, that's right. That was 1/4 of the night.
That's right, guys. We have a short break. When we come back, we continue on here at the GSL Super Tournament. Don't go away.